Hey, welcome back to Club Junkie's What's in the Bag for my men's league night. This should be week 16, but I am unfortunately not playing in the league this week. And the reason because got something pretty special going on. It is my guys' golf trip. So every year we have a group of 16 guys, including myself, that go to usually a resort somewhere in northern Michigan and play a Ryder's Cup style golf event. It's pretty fun. We have a good blast. A lot of these guys have all known each other since high school. A few new guys here and there, but we really have been the same 16 guys for basically the past 10 years. So it's been a whole lot of fun. We really look forward to it. We have a draft every night. We have two captains. We have a draft back in June, and now we're going to go play. So this year we're going to French Lick, Indiana, down to the French Lick Resort. We're going to play down there. Super excited. I've seen some of the content creators play down there, and it looks beautiful. It looks amazing. So we're super excited to get down there and play those courses. The whole resort, everything looks just amazing. So Thursday will be kind of a little bit of a travel day, driving down while also stopping to play a little warm-up 18. So it is going to be Thursday 18, and then we're going to play Friday 36, Saturday 36, Sundays 18, and we go home. So a lot of two-man matches. Sundays is singles matches, so we're just going to play a whole bunch of golf. Now, this is the one trip I kind of gear up for every year in terms of my what's in the bag. Like, my whole kind of summer is set to get a bag ready for this so I can go down and try to play some good golf. And this is what it is. So today, we are, instead of going week 16 with what's in the bag, we are going the full what's in the bag. This is the final one, the final thing. If you listen to my podcast, the Club Junkie podcast, you heard this last week. I did the episode last week getting into the details. I also, not only am I bringing this bag, I am bringing a second bag as well. So there's a second backup bag. I won't bore you with that one on this one, but I do have a second backup bag that will be coming with me. So this is the final what's in the bag for my guys' golf trip. So last week, just to cover that, I played terrible. I shot a 43, and I got there. I woke up in the morning, my back was kind of tight, and it just never got better throughout the day. Took some ibuprofen, didn't do anything, and I'm not saying that's an excuse, but I just could not get comfortable making a swing. The mini drivers were actually pretty good. The first tee shot was dead right into the woods off one, but after that, I actually hit mini driver fairly well. The Callaway Elite one off the tee, and then I actually did hit on the par 5 the PXG Secret Weapon off the deck, and actually hit it pin high from like 236, just left it a little bit right. And on my wedge shot there, I hit a really good wedge shot. It actually hit the stick and shot all the way off the green to the right. Ended up making bogey there, even though it was pin high in 2, which is a total bummer. But, I never got comfortable swinging. So nothing really was that great. I putted okay. I putted fairly well all year in terms of I'm not 3-putting a lot. I'm not hitting things 10 feet by or leaving it 10 feet short. I had a great 2-putt on number 3. I bladed a wedge to the back of the green, and that one it's 2 tiers, and it's got a huge hill in the middle, and I ran that thing up to just a couple feet, made the putt, and that was just a great 2-putt there. So shot a 43, my worst score of the year, which is unfortunate. I was hoping to go into this week a little bit better, but it is what it is. So here is the final what's in the bag. My what's in the bag for, this is the time when I'm actually going to play the same 14 clubs, shafts, everything, for multiple rounds. It almost never happens. This is like the one time a year where it actually happens. So let's get into it. We're going to start the driver. We're going to start at the top, and it's kind of exciting to kind of go through this. But the driver is going to be my Titleist GT2. So I've been hitting a lot of drivers. I've hit a ton of stuff. This is just the driver I've been the most consistent with. Out on the course, it feels the most comfortable. Just a great blend of forgiveness and distance while having a higher loft. This little 11-degree head, but high launch, easy to hit. It does turn over a little bit easier than I feel like my TSR2 did that I had before. It's a little easier to draw it. But this thing overall, I've hit really well. And when I'm hitting it well, it's long, it's straight, and even on bad swings, it stays in play for the most part. So this is an 11-degree head. I've got All Fit on here, which is a universal adapter system. And this thing's turned down 0.75, so it's going to play like 10.5 or 10.25, but set down. And this is shafted up with the Mitsubishi Diamana WB. This is a 63X, and it's funny, this shaft here, it's labeled as low launch, low spin. I actually hit it more like kind of mid. It's definitely something that launches a little higher. It's still really low spin, but it just launches higher. But I love the smooth feel to it. For being a lower launch, lower spin shaft, it isn't super rigid, super boardy. It's got a little feel to it, a little flex to it. It's probably because the handle section is just a little bit softer than, say, some other lower launch shafts out there. But really smooth, really consistent. And like I said, with this shaft, this head, they've matched up really well. I played this in that member guest I played in as well. So this has been just a really solid combo. So driver is going to be this, and yeah, so far it's the one club that I'm nervous about for this trip. It's the one club I have not hit well, and I'm kind of nervous that this is the one I need to find my footing with right out of the gate, and then I should be okay. So hopefully the warm-up round on Thursday will take care of that. But that is driver, and then 3-wood is the Frankenstein. This is kind of an experiment I've kind of been messing with. I've had some 3-woods that have these like short little honeymoons, and they're really good for a couple rounds, and then they go away, or they're even good for a few shots, and then it goes away. And I've still been finding 3-wood, but this has been kind of the best one I've hit. And it's kind of surprising because originally I was going to play the Callaway Elite Titanium because that was kind of the one I've hit the best so far. And then I started hitting the Ping G440 LST. Now this is, of course, the titanium one. It's got a pretty big profile to it, hot face. It's a little bit shallow, so hitting it off the deck is pretty easy. But this thing here is a 15-degree head. I've got it turned up to 16. And when I first got this, it had just the Ping Tour Chrome 2.0 Chrome in it, the stock shaft, which is a really great shaft for a stock shaft. Had that in it, and I couldn't hit this thing to save my life. I was hitting everything off the heel, hitting it low in the face. It was just terrible. So I kind of put it away, and I didn't really hit it. And then I brought it back, and I hit it again at another time, and I hit it a little bit better, but I just felt like it was heavy. It was really heavy, and swing weight-wise, it was like D5. It was kind of a heavy setup. So what I did was like, oh, well, I like the head. I like what it's about. It's got titanium, it's ball speed, it's all this stuff. So I was like, what if I put a counterbalance shaft in it? Well, I don't have a whole lot of counterbalance shafts laying around. So I had one laying in my drawer, and this is the old Mitsubishi Tensei AV Raw. So yes, the AV one with the aluminum vapor handle section, it's a little bit stiffer. But the orange is their counterbalance version. This is their counterbalance shaft. The newest one is the 1K Pro Orange, but this is the older one, but I had it laying around. It's only a 65 gram, which I think is fine. I've built up some 65-gram shafts in 3-woods before and had a lot of success with it, so I wasn't really worried about the weight. And it's a 65 TX Flex. Now, when this came out, I was a little bit younger gentleman, and I swung it a little bit faster. Still nowhere near TX Flex, but I still swung it a little bit faster. But I figured let's at least try it, see how the counterbalance shaft works in here, and see if a little lighter swing weight will make this, a little bit better for me. So I built this up. It's a little bit short. It's playing at 42.5 inches. Swing weight comes out to I think it's like D2 with this build, or maybe D1, but it feels a whole lot better. And I tell you what, I've hit this thing so much better since then. So off the deck, again, being 16 degrees, easy to launch. It goes high. The ball speed's really good. It gets down there far. Hitting off the tee, yes, the face is a little bit shallower. I wish it was a hair deeper, but it's still okay to hit off the tee. But off the deck, I'm able to hit this thing, and it's pretty straight. It's pretty darn forgiving, and it just goes a long way. So it's been really good there. Shaft-wise, yes, it's too stiff. It's definitely too firm for me. It's very boardy. You don't feel a whole lot of flex. You don't feel a load that much. But in terms of performance, it has really worked. And in the time I've kind of liked this and I've got it set up right, I haven't had the time to reach out and get a 75 stiff or something like that in a counterbalance shaft. So right now we're going to roll with it, and so far it has been really, really good. So it's going to go in the bag, and yeah, I've been I feel like that once I got it set up has been kind of a game changer in 3-wood. Now moving to 7-wood, and 7-wood is going to be my kind of trusty TaylorMade Qi35 Tour 7-wood. So this is the one with the titanium face, titanium body, carbon crown on it, but a little deeper face. And this one here is a 21-degree head. It's got the big heavy weight you can slide forward and back. On this thing here, I've actually got it slid all the way forward. This thing, when I slide it back, really launches high. I was kind of losing some distance out of it. But it's a 21-degree head. Kind of turned it down to 20 or down to 20.25. It's turned down like 0.75 on the hosel there. But this thing has just been a really good 7-wood. I love it for at home. I do hit 7-wood off the tee a little bit on short par 4s and dog legs and stuff. So that deep face makes it easy to hit off the tee. But off the deck, you can still hit it high. It goes a long way. And it honestly is a little bit better, or more forgiving than I thought it was going to be. I wasn't expecting the Tour one to be that stable and that straight. It definitely can get a little bit squirrely compared to my G430 from last year. But overall, I've been hitting this thing really high, really straight, and it goes pretty far. Or it goes basically the distance I want to. For me, this is like a 210 club, maybe a hair more off the tee. But overall, it's been really good, really versatile to play it either off the deck or off the tee for me. So I like that about it. And this is shafted up with a Fujikura Ventus TR Blue 8 stiff. So this is the 80-gram range. Stiff flex. I played this thing a little bit short. It's 41 7/8 inches long. But I really like Ventus TR Blue. It's that spread toe fabric in the handle, a little bit more stable. It's a little bit stiffer up there. And it's still mid-launch, still low spin. I think that pairs up well with a higher lofted fairway head for me. And it just is a great shaft. So I played this in a driver before. I played this in a few 7-woods, and it's just a really solid mid-launch shaft. So you're looking for something mid-launch, low spin with some decent stability, a little bit of stiffness to it. this Ventus TR Blue has been really, really good. So that is 7 wood in the bag. And then we move into the irons. And the irons, the first one is going to be utility. And this one I honestly just got in the mail the other day. And I kind of fell in love with this one, probably 1 shot, 2 shots into it. And I was out at Titleist at the TPI, at their Performance Institute. And I hit the U505. This is a brand new U505, the one that just came out for 2025 into 2026. But this is the 4-iron version of the U505. And when I went out to TPI, I had my GT2 hybrid in the bag that I really liked. Hit that, and I thought I hit it pretty well. And then I hit this, and like the first 2 swings, I hit this higher, further, and straighter than my hybrid. So this was kind of a no-brainer out there in my fitting. Threw it in, and I've got it. It hasn't even hit a ball. It's still perfectly shiny new yet. Haven't even hit a ball with it. But I like this thing. It's the look of it compared to last year's U505. The previous 505 performed awesome. It launched the ball high. It was super easy to hit. It was forgiving. This, they're able to replicate that performance in a much smaller package. So when you set this down, it blends better with a set of irons. You can pair this up with like a T250 or T150 or even a T100 really well. It's not too big and chunky. You don't see a big flange on the back of it, anything like that. It looks like a regular iron, and it flows the set really, really well. So I'm really excited about this one. I think this one going into like long par 4s and things like that, long par 3s, anything I need to hit into the green from like 190, I think this is going to be kind of a game changer because it's going to hit the green at a steeper angle. It's going to hold the green better, and I think down there at French Lick, I'm going to need a lot of stopping power because those greens are probably going to have a ton of undulation. They're going to be quick and all that. So this thing here is going to be really, really good, I think, at the top end of the bag. And this is shafted up with a Graphite Design Tour AD HY85 stiff. So this is kind of their hybrid shaft. They made this kind of a, I feel like this was made maybe a little bit after they made the DI. The DI, the orange and white one, is of course the most famous hybrid shaft that Graphite Design makes. But this one here, a little bit softer profile. It's got a little softer feel to it. It flies a little bit higher, spins a little bit more than the DI, but it's got a little it's a little softer profile throughout. Not as stiff of a tip, not as stiff in the midsection. It's just overall softer. Feels really good, loads really easy, and throws that ball up high in the air. So good smooth feel as you'd expect from Graphite Design. But a great little build here. This one is too flat, too weak. So in terms of distance, it may encroach on the 5-iron just a little bit, but I think overall this thing is going to perform really, really well. So we are going with the U505 in the 4-iron. Then we move to irons, and irons, I thought I was set. If you would ask me 3 weeks ago or 2 weeks, maybe even 2 weeks ago, now probably 3. 3 weeks ago, what your iron set was, I was pretty much set. I was like Cobra 3DP Tour. I've been playing those, for most of the year. They're kind of considered my gamers, and I was hitting them really well. And then the Callaway Apex AI 150s came out, and I took these out on the course, hit them really well. And actually, when I was down for like 4th of July type time, I played a few rounds and went back and forth between both sets of irons. And every time I played the 3DP Tours, I was thinking about these. And the biggest difference is these things just go a little bit further. The faces, especially in the long irons, the 5 through 7-iron, are hot. They're a little bit thinner. They've got some distance. Ball still gets up in the air really easily. They're not maybe the highest spinning irons, but they don't hit knuckleballs as well. But I've had no problem holding greens up here in Michigan with these. And I think the added little bit of distance that these give me compared to the 3DP Tours could help going into the greens, hitting a little bit less clubs. So these have been really good. They're easy to square up. The funny thing is I tend to miss these a little bit more right than I do with other irons where I miss the green left. These I miss a little bit right. So I love the pre-worn leading edge on it. Gets through the turf really well. It's got they don't dig. They get through it quickly. Pretty soft feel. I won't say these are the softest irons in the world. I mean, they are a forged body with a steel face, or hot face, and they feel pretty good. They've got just a touch of click. They're a hair firmer than some other options out there in the same category, but these things perform really, really well. They launch high, they land soft, and I've been a really big fan. And like I said, every time I played a different set of irons, I've kind of been thinking about these in the back of my mind. So going to play these 5 through pitching wedge. And again, I think the long irons having that speed, high speed face, the gapping for me just works really well. And then you get down to the short irons, and they have more of a solid steel face. So you have that distance control and that consistency. So overall, I've liked these irons a lot. They've been really solid. The shafts in these are True Temper Dynamic Gold mid 115s. I've been playing the shaft a lot. I've got them in my P770s. I had them in my 3DP Tours. I just kind of reshafted those. I've got these in a handful of sets, and they're pretty nice. It's a dynamic gold, but it throws the ball up higher. So a little added launch, a little bit more spin, and for me, that's what I need in an iron set. So this has been a good matchup to me in a bunch of different sets, and I've really liked kind of the feel and the control of these. So Apex AI 150s are going to be in the bag, 5 through pitching wedge. Then we move to wedges, and this is actually kind of the only thing that didn't change from last year. My last year's what's in the bag. We'll start with the gap wedge. The gap wedge is a 50 degree, and this is the PXG Sugar Daddy 3. So the fully milled PXG wedges. This is a 50-10 S grind, 10 degrees of bounce. Super, super soft. Really great look to it. I love the sole design as well. Much like everything, it's got a really kind of rounded leading edge, a little bit of camber, trailing edge relief, gets through the turf well, doesn't dig too much. And on more full shots, this thing here spins really, really well out of the rough. I can hit full shots out of the rough that stop on the green faster than some other wedges, and that's why they're in the bag. But they also feel really good. They're forged, feel really soft, fully milled. The finish on it is kind of this satiny, chrome-ish type of thing. It does mark up a little bit more than I would like it to, but overall they are just a great wedge. So the gap wedge here, this thing here, it does, it flies fairly high, but it comes into the greens and it just stops. And even around the green, I like this thing if I'm hitting, a longer chip or pitch shot, across the green or from the front to the back, something like that. I'll use this as well, but it's mostly for a little bit fuller shots into the green. So really like this gap wedge. It is shafted up with a Project X Wedge 6.0, and if you haven't messed with the wedge shafts, this is basically the same weight as a Project X 6.0, a little bit softer flex. So it just has a little bit more flex to it, figuring if you're not hitting full shots into the green, this will give you a little more touch, a little more feel. They still get the ball up in the air, and usually Project X is kind of a low spin shaft. I haven't had any problems with this thing not spinning enough. They feel really good, really stable, and I've liked these a lot. I've been playing them, basically all since last year when I got them. I built these up, and I've been a big fan of them. They performed really well for me in these softer conditions up here. So that is the gap wedge, and then we move into sand wedge, and it is its sibling. That is the PXG Sugar Daddy 3. Again, this is the 56-10 S grind, so I like that kind of slightly wider sole. It's great out of the trap. It has some good float to it. If you open the face up a little bit, the heel kind of relief over there and everything, the leading edge doesn't come off too high off the ground. I don't hit too many open face shots in my 56, but it allows me to do so if I need it. And much like that 50 degree, really rounded leading edge, trailing edge relief, it's just versatile. It doesn't dig, gets into the turf, it just glides through, and you're not left with huge beaver pelts flying down the fairway. So these things here are really good. And like I said, the biggest thing for me with these is shots out of the rough spin a little bit more. They tend to check up a little bit harder than some of my other wedges, so that is why I've had these in the bag. Out of the fairway, they spin great, just like most wedges do, but these things are really, really good out of the wet, lush rough that we have here in the Midwest. So that one there, and then when it's just shafted up with the same shaft, the Project X Wedge 6.0, and again, I've been a big fan of these. There's a little bit softer feel, and good control on them, really good consistency. So that is the lob wedge, or that is the gap wedge, and then the lob wedge is going to be, I'm going to start off, I'm bringing 2 lob wedges. So, but the one I'm going to start with, I think, is going to be the Titleist Vokey WedgeWorks A+ grind. This is a 60 A+ grind. So really, the A+ starts as an M grind, and they actually kind of grind off the line that you typically see on it where the bounce is. So it's a little bit smoother, gets you the turf really well. I like the slightly wider sole on it. When you open it up in the trap, floats really well, doesn't dig, and then when you play it square, you can kind of thump it into the turf and hit some, kind of mid-trajectory little spinny shots towards the hole. And I think there's going to be a lot of undulation and some fast greens, so I think those are going to have some shots I'm going to hit. But out of the rough, it plays well. That little bit extra bounce gets you the turf without digging too deep and kind of flying under the ball, hitting it high in the face, and not going anywhere. It's really easy to control. But I've liked this wedge a lot. I kind of got it. I played it. And then it was like, okay, and I moved on to some other lob wedges, and then kind of on a whim, I just kind of put it back in the bag to try it, and I've hit it really well. So the A+ is going to be the one here. Now, I do have a K-star grind as well, so if I get there and it's firm and kind of tight and fast, I'll throw the K-star grind in there because that plays really well. It's really versatile, but it doesn't have as much bounce, and it tends to dig a touch more than this. So it's just going to be condition-wise what I think I'm going to need. But I'm going to start with the A+. This will probably be the one in the bag there. But I've liked this wedge a lot and just liked how well it plays in 60. And honestly, it's made me kind of use my 60 more and more throughout the year. Now, shafting this one, again, just like the rest of the wedges, Project X Wedge 6.0. And, for the lob wedge where I pretty much don't hit anything close to full shots. These are just around the green, got to carry a bunker or something like that. That's pretty much what I use my 60 for. But I do like the feel of that wedge shaft. I think it plays really, really well for, wedge shots, partial shots, really good. Now, for the putter, we are going to go with the Kevin Burns 9306 2.0. So this is kind of a Newport style putter head, you know, more squared off bumpers, and it has this pyramid milled face in it, which is just really, really good. This thing is one of the best feeling putters I probably own. This pyramid face, really soft, puts a good roll on the ball, just immediate top spin. This thing is awesome. The milling on it is fantastic. The top line on it has these, you know, mill lines that run heel to toe. Just looks really good. And when you're up close, you can see all the detail. Then when you set it down, you're putting with it, it just looks like a traditional, really nice putter. But I putted really well with this. I love the style of it. It is a, I think 360 gram head or high 350s, and I've got about 9 grams of lead tape on it. So 360 grams, right about, I think 359 when I had it on the scale. So I play this thing short. It's 33 inches, so I like a little bit of weight on the bottom of this. And this has just been a really good putter. It's got just a single sight line on the flange, nothing too crazy in terms of alignment. I like just having a single sight line on there. This putter, the feel, the distance control, everything about it is just really, really solid. And I think the milling on it is actually spectacular. I think they don't actually have to hand polish any of these, you know, rounded edges or anything like that. Like, they're all milled in. And I took a picture with my phone when I first got it and kind of like zoomed in, and you could see these just minuscule milling lines that kind of go with these rounded edges. And just a beautiful putter, feels great, really soft, and I've been putting really well with it. So, and then part of the reason I've been putting well with it, I had kind of an aftermarket graphite shaft in here, went back to the old traditional steel shaft with the Iomic Kevin Burns grip on it. And it's interesting because when I had the other shaft in there and I had a Super Stroke 1.0 on it, I just didn't putt well with it. It didn't feel as good. I mean, it felt good off the face, but like through the stroke, it just didn't feel as great. And for whatever reason, I was just going to take that shaft and use it in a different putter, and I put this on back together the way it was, started putting with it, and really liked the feel. So something about, you know, the weight of this steel shaft with this grip is just felt great in the hands. So going to use this thing here. I've liked this putter a lot. I've putted well with it, and I think, you know, for these, you know, speedy greens and all that, this should be a great solid flat stick. So that will be putter there. And then for ball, I of course didn't let ball here, but it's going to be Pro V1X. That's the ball I usually always use, and I'm going to use the one. This is actually just a Pro V1. But I'm going to use the ones that have the advanced alignment mark on them. I've kind of been using the line on it a little bit more, especially with the kind of like shorter putts and straighter putts. I like to use that line just to keep it on track and know where I need to hit it. So I've got the Pro V1X with the enhanced alignment on it. That'll be the ball. And I like the Pro V1X because it flies higher and has a little bit of spin. So for my game, it plays better. I wish it could have the softer feel of the Pro V1 with the performance of the Pro V1X, but, you know, I'll deal with a slightly firmer feel to get the performance I need out of it going into the green. So that is my what's in the back for my biggest golf weekend of the year. And we'll be heading down to go play, but this is the 14 clubs that are going to start off. Now, like I said, I do bring a full backup set. So the Cobra 3DP Tours are in there as the backup irons. I got a set of my set of Vokeys as the SM10s as my backup wedges. The backup putter is going to be the TaylorMade Spider ZT, the zero torque model. And then I do have the backup 3-wood is going to be the PXG Secret Weapon Mini Driver because I think it's been really good. The GT2 hybrid is there in case the 4-iron doesn't work out. And yeah, and then the 7-wood is a G440 7-wood in case the 7-wood doesn't work out here. So, and then driver, I think I'm going to go, I've got a couple different ones. It's probably going to be either Elite Triple Diamond or I've been messing a little bit more with the Ping G440 Max. So it'll be one of those two as driver. And then I'll probably have 1 or 2 driver shafts in there as well in case I need it. So that is my what's in the back for my annual golf weekend. So I will let you know next week how it all went. Hopefully my team will win, and I'll come back happy and not hearing a lot of grief from the other team. But who knows? We'll see. So check back next week. I'll tell you how it happened. Tell you what got swapped out, if anything. If we stuck with the 14, and if not, I'll tell you what went in or what went out. So I'll talk to everybody next week.